ladies and gentlemen, it's Sunday night and you are here live with the TMA boys, joined by me, Moobsy, and on my left, Mr. Paul Pige Atkins. And tonight's celebrity special guest is Mr. Suren Vis, the man, the myth, the legend is here.
Mr.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening. As always, guys, keep your comments, keep your questions coming in, and your opinions too, because we will be here to answer them all. And we will try and get through them all as well. We don't like to miss anyone out. So.
No, definitely not.
Right, where do we start?
Oh yes,
I think we're going to have to dive into yesterday's game.
Yep.
Yeah, to go 2-1 up at Stamford Bridge was absolutely amazing, and I thought we were actually going to break the 30-odd year hoodoo.
Oh, so close.
I'm still stunned by it now. I just don't know how we lost it in the end. But I thought one or two little substitutions were a little bit dodgy.
Well, can I just say, the first half, that's the best football I've seen us play in a long, long time. The passing, the one little bit that summed it up for me, apart from Decore's goal, which people's now saying that Courtois should have done better, but it was a great strike anyway, was the little Pereiro flick. That little bit, and I tell you what, some of Firmino's balls from the right hand side were absolutely
indeed.
Were absolutely brilliant. Second half, I'm just going to give a quick version because I know you guys are going to delve a bit more. Yeah. And I'll just add on after. But people saying that, why are we moaning at Watson? Look, can I just say, and I know these guys will probably agree with me. We're not moaning at Watson per se for the actual reason why we lost. It was just, and like we say, we will let off Silva for this because this is probably the only real cock up he's done since his managerial reign here. Was take off Deeney and bring on Watson. That's it. The Carrillo one made sense, obviously because of the injury. But Watson, I've loved the guy, but he's now, you don't want to hammer him too much, but he's way out of his depth now. And it's just a shame because he's been a really good servant for us. And as well, when he came on, it was like holding it. Let's hold the player. But the problem is, though, they smelt blood. And they knew, we took Deeney off. Like I say, they smelt blood, and he went for the kill. It's like Britos. Actually, to be fair, and I've been one of Britos, and I've said this many times. I've been one of Britos' biggest critics here. I've always slated him, but the guy has been an improvement. Totally.
He has. Yes, indeed.
To be honest, it was a shocking mistake by him, and it was one of the many things that cost us the game. Plus the two sitters from Richarlison, but like I say, once again, Richarlison has won us more points than he's lost us as well, and he's been absolutely terrific. So we learn from it. No one died. No one died from these mistakes. It's a football game, and we just move on from it. And we'll if we play like that the whole season, I see us definitely top half pushing around the sixth, seventh. If we play like that, I know it's not always going to be the case. Yeah. But that's pretty much my assessment. I thought we were desperately unlucky. But at the end of the day, we might say we deserve to win. And I personally would have said we deserved to win, but we didn't because we didn't take our chances and we defended poorly at the back. Yeah. But like I say, we play like that all season. Next two games, I'm really optimistic. Next two games on the back of that performance, barring the stuff that I've highlighted, I'm more hopeful than say the 4-3 after Chelsea last season. Definitely.
Agreed. I was going to say, Suren, you were actually there. What was people's reactions when the subs were being made? Especially when Watson came on, were they just
we were in shock. We were like, what is going on? But the bottom line is, I haven't been to Stamford Bridge since '86. That's when we won 5-1. I was really impressed with the stadium, with all their players. Luis, he was amazing. It was, it was like looking at them. And we matched them. There was one time
certainly did.
You watch Match of the Day, you watch Sky. We did 20 passes in a row. And okay, Britos messed up there, but we actually would walk the ball out. It reminded me of the old days of Hansen and Lauritsen. And we Liverpool, they were the greats. And they would just walk the ball out. And we passed it. And we totally outplayed Chelsea at the beginning.
We did,
they were. That's what I said all along. Charge, go straight at them, go really at them, and go for it.
Yeah, exactly, and and they did. They actually decided, let's go. Let's not stand off like they did against us. Like we all saw against Arsenal last week, and went and goal down. This time they were like, we're going to run at you from the off. And
but the Chelsea fans, I mean, they were just awful. I mean, it was just. I couldn't believe I was looking. I mean, I didn't see the attendance, but I'm figuring around 40,000, and we bought about nearly 3. So, say 38,000, and they're all quiet. I was like, I looked in awe, looked at all the tears, and I thought, holy shit, they're going to outsing us. But we just totally killed them.
Yeah.
And what do you think the progression from Chelsea last year now? What's the obvious progression? I know there's a lot of things you can highlight, but
I mean, for me, it's the confidence in our players. I mean, we would pass the ball around. Before, we would just hoop it up there, and then, you know, Dini would be there. But, you know, I mean, I've always said football's a simple game. You pass and move all the way through. Now, going back to Richarlison, his chance, I mean, it wasn't easy because he was on his wrong foot and he was going for it, and it was a pace. And their actual defender, he put him off.
Yeah.
The headache, that one, yeah. But then again, he's only, what, 19, 20? I mean,
yeah, exactly. He's still a kid. He is still a kid, and I think that's what a lot of us have. Yeah, a lot of people need to remember that about Richarlison. He is just a kid, and you know, we can't heap too much pressure on him already because he will buckle if that happens. But yeah, the one thing that got me yesterday was, and I'm just going to touch on it, is our lineup, because we had a little chat about it last week.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
Playing 3 at the back. Now, we didn't think he was going to do it again this week.
No. I got back forward, didn't I?
Yeah, but this week, he done it again. So, do we think this is here to stay? Is the back 3 going to stay, or is he going to eventually revert back to a back 4?
It looked much better than when I looked at the lineup when it first came up. I went, oh, God, here we go. You know, you don't want to think negative, but I went, oh, no, please don't. Let's just start well and we can settle it a bit. And I think it helped us hitting the game running. You know, Silva said something and said, look, we cannot start like we have done the last 4 or 5 games. We must hit the ground running and get at them early.
Yeah.
And then we can settle down. And it did help the back 3, I believe.
I mean, for me, I'm old school. I like 4-4-2. I like 4-2-4. I remember, I mean, we always go on about Kenny Jackett, Les Taylor, those, you know, Barnes, Cowley. That's the way I'm used to it. Now football's evolved. They want to play, you know, 3 at the back, whatever. I mean, when it comes to the team news, I just wait an hour before. I'm not going to speculate before because you never know what to expect. Exactly. I don't think we've ever had an unchanged team.
No, I don't think we haven't yet this season because the back 4's mainly been crippled. Yeah. Every game.
I just wait, and it's funny because I look on Facebook and I see all the different people put it up, and I'm just like, all right, let's just check that.
You don't want the wife, so I think you just wait for the facts, sort of basically. Yeah, that's fair enough, isn't it?
Who knows what we're going to play?
Exactly. No, I completely agree.
I was going to say, I know you'll touch on it on Thursday's edition, but got Stoke next Saturday. Guys, as well, opinions on this one as well. Do you think Silva's going to stick with the back 3, or if he's got maybe, like say, Prodal might be fit enough, does he change it up and go, you know what, let's drop back to a back 4 today?
I actually, because I said that on Thursday and I said last Sunday, I'm not happy with a back 3. After the Chelsea game, I wouldn't mind it on Saturday. I honestly wouldn't, because we know what we've done wrong and we know what we've done right, and we looked more settled with that back 3 last game. Based on the Chelsea game, I would stick to it. And that's the complete U-turn by me, because I always say I still am a back 4 fan, like Suren said. You know, we're still fans of the back 4. That's how we know defensive pairings, and, you know, always with the 2 centre-backs. But, you know, after the last game, let's give it another go. We looked a bit more comfortable with that. So, yeah, I think back 3.
But I think also we're flexible. I mean, I even saw Britos come over to the right. He was helping out there. Yeah. And then also, Richarlison, he tracked back. I've not seen a winger come back so much like him. I mean, he would just come back and help. And you build from the back.
Exactly. And I think, and yet again, I noticed yesterday as well, the interlink between Holibas and Britos, you know, they were both having a little little chats with each other every now and then, just making sure one was like, so you've got one behind you. Like, well, quickly tuck in and help me.
It's twofold, isn't it? You build from the back, you defend from the front. If you can do that, you're onto a winner. And
exactly. But yeah, I think probably another little downside to yesterday was seeing Mr. Pereira subbed. which didn't look on telly. It didn't look good, and his facial expression pretty much said it all. I think he's basically trying to say, not another injury. I really don't need this.
I feel sorry for the lad, I really do, because he's done so well to get himself back in the position to really, and he held that for the starting position to, yesterday for Chelsea. Because Carrillo could have easily come back in after Arsenal.
Well, yeah, I was expecting it, to be honest. I thought he was going to get the nod, but
credit to Pereira to his attitude in that occasion to get back. I just feel I really do hope it's not serious. It's not a setback, isn't it?
Because it was a strange one. I know, like it happened down near the away zone, so I don't know if many people could see what happened, but it looks like on TV, it just looked like he got his ankle caught, and he just sort of turned it a bit and said, "No, you know what? Something's not right. Get me off." Because he went, we all saw him sit down on the floor and say, "Get me a medic." But I don't know if anyone in the away end could see it.
I'm going to do a banger and I say I didn't see it.
He died.
Yes, he died. I did not see it. What's going on with the old comments already?
James has said, evening everyone.
Everyone.
James Marshall said, back three, Holbash is showing more maturity, so keep the formula from Chelsea.
I agree.
That's a good point. The usual Carry-On and Michael both joining. Watford, Steve, Alan, Ray, and all the guys. Dave Quick, my dad. I have to say, Dad, evening, because he always shouts at me to say hi. The Paul Parkhouse said, expect 4 matches look like plenty of points up for grabs. Yeah, no, it's a good shout, mate. And Paul's also says Suren speaks very well, sensible comments. R.E. Richarlison. Yes, I'd agree with that, mate.
Yes, indeed.
That's why we pay the money. That's why we get these guests. But Stuart says to be thinking we will get something out of the game. Shows how far we have come. Pinch yourselves because we're on a magical trip.
Yeah, I do agree with that comment. We are on a magical trip because being that high up the table already. I know it's still early. I'm gonna get crucified for saying it, but it is nice to see us up there already and not like being 15th or 16th and going,
exactly.
Oh, we're only like 1 point off the bottom 3. Oh, better sort that one out.
Soon if we were.
Exactly. I've got to be honest, yesterday, I was pretty impressed with the lineup. I thought Cleverley had another decent game. And his free kick, I was begging for that to hit the back of the net. That one he took in the first half on the left-hand side.
Oh,
yeah. It was, I think, maybe an inch or two higher, and I think Courtois would have had to have palmed it into the roof of the net. So, but I was going to say, I've got a question for you two. England squad's going to get announced probably next weekend. I think it's next weekend. Don't quote me on that one. Do you think Cleverley should be in there?
I think he should be in the squad. I mean, I honestly feel the FA have got it in for us. They're not really going to put more players. But, I mean, the way he's been playing, I mean, he's the unsung hero. I mean, he's there. And it was funny, though, because in the Arsenal game, I mean, I'm there and I'm shouting at the player. I was like, shoot, like John O before. And I'm like, and then finally he does. And I'm like, wow. I mean, we've got to start getting our players like Decore. He's sharp from distance.
Yeah.
Capoue. I mean, Capoue is amazing. I mean, we just got to... even if they shoot, it takes a deflection.
Exactly. He can go anywhere.
I mean, we've got to do that. And so, I mean, I think Cleverley, I mean, I think he'll be in the squad, but I mean, who knows? I'm hoping. But then we don't want to get him injured. So
no, exactly. Well, that's the other thing. We don't want that boy getting injured because we've already lost Shalabar till possibly Christmas or the New Year. But
if it's done on merit, then he'll get in.
Yeah,
but he won't because we're Watford. I know it sounds people going, "Oh my God, we're injured Watford." It's the truth because Deeney had a chance of getting in friendlies, and I think he should have at least got in the squad last season. But he will. My answer is I think he would if it's on merit.
Yeah, I think we know Shalabar's going to be pretty much when he's fit.
Yeah,
he's Southgate's already said, look, I'm definitely going to be picking him, providing he's on form. So I think that's a positive for us.
Yeah.
So hopefully, Cleverley can use that as a benchmark, and I want to see him in the England squad. Guys, I'll throw that one out to you as well. Let us know. Do you think he should be in the England squad? By the way, I would just like to say I'm not a newsreader just because I've got paper in my hand tonight.
And it's not Michael Fish either.
No, God, blimey.
You won't be getting any weather reports off.
I was going to say, there's guarantee of no hurricane tonight. I promise, no hurricane.
No.
But if your car's on this roof in the morning, I can't take responsibility.
No, we are not paying out for that one. We're really not. We have not got the budget now.
No, we've blown it.
No, that's it.
Just looking at, I'm still going to touch on a bit of yesterday. Our bench, I've got to be honest, I don't think I've seen it as strong as this ever.
No.
You know, I know we've still got some players out injured, i.e. the centre backs. I mean the centre backs because they are all injured. But you know, having a Greek #1 goalkeeper, or plate smasher as I like to call him. Don't ask me what I call Holobas. That's for another day. You know, and we've got Jan Matt, who's a Holland international, right back. You know, Capu's there. You know, he could easily be an international if the French national manager wants to pick him. Andre Gray as well. He will get his chance again, I think. I've got a feeling Andre Gray's going to be sitting out for a little bit. I really do. I think Deeney's done more than enough to say, I'm back.
He looks hungry as well.
He does. He looked hungry yesterday as well.
Whatever Silva's done has worked a treat.
Yeah.
I did feel though Deeney looked tired because he came across at one time and he was like knackered.
But do you think it's match sharpness? Match fitness?
I think he's got till about 75 minutes. And that's what happened. And then I was surprised that Gray didn't come on. But then, you know, it makes us wonder. I mean, I like to get feedback from Silva to see what he really, because I haven't heard anything about why. I mean, we're all saying, well, why did Watson come on? I mean, I personally, I don't like Watson. I think he's not Premiership class. But then, see, the thing with me is, I think different to a lot of fans as well. I mean, I think Prudhoe is Premiership class.
Yeah.
I don't think we don't have anyone other than him. So that's what I want. I mean, I think that's where we fall out. You know.
Yeah, I think it's. I was going to say I didn't hear. We'll probably hear it later in the week from Silva as to when Prudhoe's going to come back and Cabal, because they've both been out for so long now. It feels like it
sounds like forever, doesn't it?
Yeah,
really?
it's dragging on a bit. So I don't know if their injuries are a little bit more serious than what they wanted to let on. But yeah, like I say, this bench yesterday, apart from Watson, I can't even mention it. Carrillo as well coming off the bench. I think Chelsea were wondering who is this bloke, and when he was going speeding past them, it was like, well, hang on a minute, who the hell is he? we've got our work cut out here. Thought we'd lost one bloke, and now they swap a like for like. So
that's what I said when Pereira came on. Like, full credit to Pereira for keeping Carrillo out the starting 11, because like we said, we fully expected him to be starting, and that just proves the attitude and application that Pereira's got to fight himself back from the injury.
Exactly.
So it's just a shame that he had his other injury, but look at the depth. Like you said, look at the depth in squad. I mean, you know, if Watson came on and we'd have held on for a draw or even a win, we wouldn't be even talking about Watson.
No, we wouldn't. No, it's just,
you know.
Then they would say it's a tactical genius, you know.
Yeah, exactly. We'd be called. Everyone would be called. Yeah, well, he is God technically in a minute, because
it'd be even more highlighted as God if we had pulled off that and, you know, Watson kept the shape and, you know, didn't have the mistakes. You know, it could have happened. But
I must say though, the way our fans are amazing. I mean,
I was going to say, big shout out to everyone.
They're the only ones you hear at the games. Honestly, you really do.
Well, even yesterday, I was in the pub in Hemel, and we were watching it. And we were allowed the sound up, but there was still music on in the background. And I was thinking, hang on a minute, I can hear the commentators and I can hear something else. I thought, no, it's not the music that's being played in the pub. I was like, it's our away fans, it's our fans. And that's all I could hear for like near enough 95% of the game, or 99% of the game. You know, just the constant singing and chanting, and it's brilliant. You know, this is why we love away days.
Well,
because we're going to go there and sing, a bit like Southampton.
Well, what summed it up was when we lost 6-1 at Liverpool, and the Liverpool fans said, "You guys, even 6-1 down, you guys were singing as loud as you can. That's all you could hear. Even all those songs, You Never Walk Alone, but in between that was Watford, was the Hornets fans. Just it was brilliant.
Yeah,
you know, that summed it up for me. Not the other games. The 6-1 summed it up for me. As fantastic as we were Saturday, and it was fantastic.
I mean, it was an amazing away day. I mean, I left my house at 8 o'clock. I live in North Watford. I walked down to the station, and then I mean, people said, "Oh, you're getting there early," but I got there early. I met this old man with his grandson, and then he was Chelsea. He lives in Watford, but was Chelsea. So we went to the shop. Oh, that store it is a mega store. But what I couldn't believe was full of tourists, half and half scarves, and they were going. I mean, I'll put pictures up, and they were just like crazy. They're just buying all this stuff, and they don't even know players. They don't know
exactly.
anything.
United was like that. United is exactly the same.
I just couldn't believe it.
I still can't go back to Manchester United yet for reasons being about 50-50 scarves. After I accidentally told people that they were now £2.50 instead of £5.
And you probably drank all their beer as well, Moobs.
I did drink all their beer as well, which they weren't impressed with.
I think they were still refilling when we went up last year. So we couldn't get one. They said, "Oh, we're still the aftermath of Moobs being up here 5 years ago."
That was only a couple of years ago. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, but that's exaggerated as well, mate.
Yeah,
like you did the scarf. So.
No, I did actually. I did turn around and tell people they were off.
You under-exaggerated.
Yeah, I under-exaggerated.
That's just exaggerated.
Yeah. But yes.
but also what I would say though is that the away days, I mean the old days, I mean going back, we'd have Millwall, Chelsea, West Ham, the ICF, the Firm, you know, it used to be scary. And I actually was like not sure what to wear. I mean, I wear the red, but there was times where I just had it covered up. Like I went in the shop and I kept it covered. Exactly. It was just full of tourists. So I said, forget it, I'll take a picture. And I took one with the cup. Yeah. I mean, there was no fighting, nothing. You know, things have changed, but it's become full of tourists. And it's just, but I was still a bit wary, especially when they started winning. I thought they were going to start on us.
Yeah, but they just...
And especially leaving. I mean, there was probably like 3,000 people waiting at Fulham Broadway. And I was like, oh, they could be fighting there, but I mean, maybe things have changed. I mean, I've been away 14 years in America, so, you know, when I come back, I was like, it's refreshing to see that. It's nice. It's become more family orientated and it's not so expensive now as well. That's what I was surprised.
Exactly.
For the away fans.
I think now, if you don't look for trouble, you're not going to get trouble most of the time now.
Yeah, I think
it's much safer now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's more of a case now. If you go to a game thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to have a fight today, you can easily find one somewhere. But you got 99% of the fans going there. They just want to watch a game of football and go home again.
Same if you went to town. If you wanted a fight, you can just make one. If you don't want to fight, you can just walk around and nothing's done.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, great thing. And just going to touch on it, the Corey's goal yesterday, guys. I called it in the pub straight away. It's my goal of the month because that hit on the angle, like 10 seconds before half time, I think might have saved their backsides of absolute roasting. Because I'm pretty certain Silva was going to tear into him until he hit that ball in the back of the net. But my oh my, what a strike on the! I know we've all seen it probably 100 times now, but on the angle, hitting it first time like he did and bending it inside that post.
And he put enough spin on it that even if it would hit the post, it was still going.
Well, Courtois' a good keeper.
Exactly.
And people saying, oh, he shouldn't have been beaten in his near post. And I'm an advocate for goalkeepers should not be beaten in near post. I've got no excuse for it. But it had to be a good strike and some sort of bend to confuse Courtois, and that's how I think it confused him because one, he did not expect it to go through that wall to begin with, and also it got such a bend on it, it went away from him. If it went towards him, he would have had that all day long, but it went away from him, made it even harder.
Yeah.
And because he hit it with such venom as well, and the replay looks slower, obviously much slower because replay. Yeah. When you see it in full time, it went so quick.
Exactly.
He's only got a second to react. Going through traffic, it's harder. Just made it such a better strike, I think, as well, the way he done it.
Exactly, and I was going to say, even though he got injured yesterday, Pereira getting a goal, which I think is nothing more than he deserves really, because you know, after the injuries he's had, all right, we know he got injured again yesterday, which we're praying is not serious. If you look at the Premier League app, if you've got it, or if you do the fantasy football thing like we do, according to that, he's got a 75% chance of playing next week. But I don't know where they've got that info from.
I like that thinking, though. I mean, brilliant. Even on the bench, you know.
Yeah, he might be fit enough for the bench. We'll, you know,
that's good enough for me.
You know, if he's not fit, we know Carrillo's going to slip back in. But yeah, like I say, it was great to see him get a goal. Just wish we'd got one or two more. But overall, I've got to be honest. I think our performance yesterday was really, really good. I think it was even better than last season's when we went down the Stamford Bridge and
miles better. I think it's miles better.
And like you said earlier, whatever Silver's drilled into them is now working. Their mentality is so different, and we can go back to last season. And actually, we could refer to last season for the whole of this season as a comparison, because we all know how bad it got. But this year, they just all seem to know what to do and when to do it. Last season we were like flying in on challenges. Or I know everyone's going to say, "Well done, Hollybass, for getting another yellow card." But I would like to say it's only his second booking. It's only his second one.
That's not bad.
I think this time last season he was on the verge of a suspension. So
quite a few times.
Yes, massive improvement already.
Months, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was place your bets wisely. But yeah, I think first half we done reasonably well, and I think second half I'd say we were marginally better, but just that little bit at the end that let us down.
But they changed gear as well. I mean, Chelsea. I mean, we're looking at them, and what was amazing though was you look at their team and you think, wow, these are world-class players. But we matched them and we outplayed them, and then it was just a question of 2-1. I looked up there. I took a picture of the scoreboard. That was my prediction. I was like,
bugger it,
heavens above.
But again, I was still a bit wary if we'd won, whether the Chelsea fans would have started on us.
Yeah.
So
I don't think they would have done. I think they would have just been a bit miffed.
With plenty of energy from not singing. So
yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you what from the last 3, including this season, so 3 seasons back in the Prem, the one thing that I've noticed, apart from all the good football and the confidence and everything, when we go 1-0 down, we're confident we can get back into a winning position. Last 2 seasons, even under Flores, I had no confidence when we went 1-0 down that we would not get back into this. Just the way we played, even though I was more favourable to him, obviously, than Walter's way of playing, which most people were anyway.
I was going to say, there was only certain games where we did appreciate.
You had to be on serious overdose of prescription drugs or some sort of substance to actually favour the other side. But that is the thing. You look at it now, we go 1-0 down, we look like we can still get back into this and score at least 2 or 3 goals. The last couple of seasons, you've almost given up. I know it's negatively, but a lot of people did. You think, oh, great, here we go. How are we going to get back now? And now we look at it and think, oh, we're all right. We've got Richarlison still on the pitch.
Yeah, exactly.
5 minutes to go, we're injury time. We're fine. We're good. We've got this.
Yeah.
But it is. It's a change. It's a shift in attitude on and off the pitch, isn't it?
You say 1-0 down, even 2-0 down at West Brom. They had 3 chances and they scored 2. And I was like, all right, 1-0 down, 2-0 down. Don't worry, we got this. And then when we scored, got the equaliser, it was like a winner. I mean, we were just so ecstatic. And I mean, we're all Watford fans. When we score a goal, it's just mad.
It is.
Jay Fan always, makes that remark that, you hug someone, you just find the nearest person, you jump and you just go crazy.
Well, I think
it's mental.
Yeah, I think last season we were starved of goals at one point. So I think, seeing us score a little bit more freely and banging more than one goal a game in, it's relieving to watch, and it's good to watch.
Yeah.
And it's what we need. But it's great. But just I've got a question. Some of our defending yesterday. I know we will get on to something else in a bit. I promise.
Yeah.
Some of our defending. Do you reckon he's giving them a roasting for it, or is he just going to say?
Silver is not a man. I mean, obviously we don't know him personally, but you can tell by, like, say, with the press conferences, he talks similar to what we are thinking. He's already covered. We said, hang on a moment, I was saying that.
Yeah.
I get a lot of that from Silver, and I've said this on plenty of occasions. And can I just say, the first goal was an absolute world-class strike.
Yes.
But like I said, I don't think even if we tried to close them down, we wouldn't have got to that. But at least close them down. You do not give players of that quality that much space. It's still a great strike. It's still a world-class strike.
I think that's going to be one thing that's now drilled into them. It's like if we're defending the corner and the ball comes out, we've got to get out faster.
Well, Dino said that Dino next door here, and he'll probably say this on Thursday. You know, you do not moan at the ref. Close down, and they will play to the whistle. Exactly, like Suren said, because these guys ain't going to wait around for you. They go, okay, guys, just finish what you're saying, and then we'll carry on. Like, you know, we played down the park or whatever like that when we were kids. They'll just get on with it and bang it. Like I said, he banged it in the top corner. They took advantage of it. So you got respect for them. You know, that's like fair play, lads. You know, we've got to do our job. You know, you got to do yours, and they did their job. We didn't, sadly. No. And even though, like I say, it was a fantastic strike. Pedro's goal was brilliant. That's the only way to beat Gomez at that angle there, wasn't it?
But having said that, you say it's a world-class strike. Yeah, it was. But I remember Kenny Jackett doing the same thing. On the left side, all comes up. I mean, it's really, you're putting a curl on it, but you're putting spin. So the spin's on it. But what's going to happen is it's going to hit the post and go in. I mean, that's basic football. I mean, I mean, if you know spins and you know how to play, I mean, you do that because you cover yourself, because the worst thing you want is to hit the post and come back out. So I mean, but Pedro was class, but we gave him too much room. That side. I mean, you can see it, I was right there and I was like, what the hell are we doing? And then what really gets me is the way we back off. You never back off a midfielder or a striker. We literally invited them in the box. And then I mean, if they could dive, they could just play for the foul penalty. I mean, but having said that, we've been lucky recently. We haven't given away any penalties. I mean, I don't remember the last penalty that we've given away.
It's got better. The last one gave away was Manchester City.
I mean, but after, you know, before that.
Generally, it's got better. Like you said, generally, it's got better.
I think people used to shit ourselves. We'd be like, oh shit.
I think every week it was a case of, are we going to concede a penalty this week, and who's going to be the offender? It's normally Britos or Holibas. So.
But I'm going with the Britos though. When you see him, he doesn't cut across the attackers now like he used to. Every time he got near someone, I was like, please don't. Oh God, he's done it again. But now,
or he goes nearer, then he pulls back.
Oh yeah, he realises warmer, too hot. It's like he's like, just drag him out. Just drag him out. You don't have to assault the guy. Just move him away.
Exactly.
If ever he's that way, the goal's there. It's better there is.
Exactly.
At worst, he's going to hit your leg and go off for a corner. You know?
Exactly. That's the thing. You just pull them away. I mean, I played striker. I played left wing, and I mean, the defender, all they got to do is push him to the corner.
That's why I don't play with you on Wednesdays, mate, because I'll just drag you over to the corner.
You won't be able to catch me.
Pitch, mate. Go on, my knee's gone, mate.
But yeah, no, I've got to be honest. There were positives from yesterday. I know we're going to move on shortly, but yeah, there was plenty of positives. You know, going forward again, I thought like you said earlier, Suren, our passing was brilliant. I thought at times, especially in the first half when it was bang, bang, bang. The Corey, I don't think he didn't give the ball away yesterday. I don't think, or if he did, he won it back quickly. Although I've got to be honest, I wasn't too impressed with the referee yesterday. Brandishing yellow cards like they were going out of fashion. I thought, it looked like at one stage, someone was going to say something and it'd be a red card. Especially when you found that it was Mariappa and Holibas on the yellows, and you're thinking, hang on a minute, we know what Chelsea can do. If they just want to take a tumble, he's not going to hesitate in producing a second yellow card out. So,
well, I know we said shoulda, coulda, woulda and stuff like this, but the first goal should never have been anyway because it was a goal kick. It was
a goal kick. How the Lino saw that.
It wasn't given. They scored. You know, fair enough. But he knew that it was a goal kick. It favours the bigger teams, you know. And Moss is, I'm not. This is a family show, so all I've got to say is I don't like Moss very much. I didn't before that game. He's not the reason why we lost, but I didn't like the guy anyway before this. I went, oh God, here we go. You know, it shouldn't have influenced the game, but that first goal, you know, shouldn't have been. But
also, I mean, the Chelsea players, I mean, they felt like pansies. I mean, Morata, he's what, 6 foot? He's so big, and he just fell down. I mean, it was like there were times where they fell down, and then they didn't get it, and miraculously they just get back up. I mean, we were just laughing at them. I mean, it was just crazy.
Exactly.
You know, so they played for the fouls as well.
You could see a couple of them were sort of looking already, thinking, "Oh, hang on a minute, I'm going to leave me leg it." Because I'm going to make sure he catches me, so I'll win a free kick. But no, I totally agree with that one. But yeah, Silver said we deserve to win. I felt we deserved to win. I think we all agreed we deserved to win, or at least get a point.
I mean, it's the obvious quote, but he speaks our language because you watched the whole press conference. He pretty much nailed every single comment that we were going to come out with on the head anyway, and he pretty much answered everything that we were thinking as well on that, and it settled it all to bed. So there was no grey area with him. But was it just me, or did you? I didn't even realise Hazard was actually on the pitch at some stage. I didn't. No. That's how well we play. How Firmino played. I didn't actually think he was on the pitch. Firmino was that good.
Yeah.
In big patches of the game.
Exactly.
If not at least 60 minutes of it, that I didn't even realise he was actually on the pitch.
He was certainly getting restricted.
Yeah.
And that was good because I felt if he was on the ball
more
and more, he was going to start pulling us apart.
Yeah, yes.
So we got
Luis together. I mean, he was just Luis. I mean, he was class. But if you had both of them together, I mean, that would have been dangerous.
I was going to say I did have to laugh at one point when the ref gave a free kick to Chelsea, and it blatantly wasn't a free kick because Cahill and Luis just clattered straight into each other, and we're both left laying on the floor. And the Watford players are looking at it and going, "What the blooming hell's happened there?" And they're looking at the ref saying, "Who fouled them?" And they went, "It was free kick." Play on.
Two players, like you said, saying how good Luis is actually watching him live. The other player that I've been impressed with that we saw live was Tom Davies for Everton. Those two players, then you don't know how good these players are until you actually see them live. And Luis, from this spell to last spell of Chelsea, the guy is absolutely brilliant when you see him live.
Oh yeah,
he's so good when you see him live.
He left Chelsea and went away and improved. There's no doubt about it.
I laughed when he came back, and I see him, and I got me pin shoved down my throat quite gladly because I think he's, like Suren said, he's absolutely brilliant. And like I say, Tom Davies is another one where until you see him live, you don't really know how good these players are. There's another one.
Well, it's like football's all about opinions, and when I go back to the Bournemouth game and people ask me, well, who's my man of the match? And I said Ake. I mean, people are, well, he's supposed to be a Watford player, but I'm like, Ake, to me, it would have been 5-0. So, I mean, you've got to step back and look at the whole picture. Richarlison was amazing. I mean, that was on Bournemouth. But, I mean, yesterday, I mean, it was a team performance. And Richarlison just didn't have the luck.
One player, if you could do one player, who would it be? Because I'd say Cleverley.
Decore. Well, both of them. I mean, Decore, I've never seen a player so tall. He's so lanky. But he controls the ball. I've never seen him lose the ball. Honestly, I mean, he reminds
that's why it goes in the song.
He reminds me of the era, there were the days. I mean, like, Paul, you got Everton as your second team. Mine was Arsenal. I mean, when I went to school, I had a season ticket for Watford, but when I couldn't go to the away games because they're too far away, I'd go with my mates to Arsenal, and that was Highbury. And then, that was the days of Paul Davis, David Seaman, I mean, Rocky, Rocastle, and I mean, we'd even go to I remember going to White Hart Lane, and then the fans started on me, and I'm thinking, I'm not even an Arsenal fan, but they were the days, and
exactly,
and so I mean, you appreciate football, but no, they were, but Decore, I mean, Cleverley is good. I mean, he's unsung. That's the thing. Decore, we seem to see more of him.
Exactly. Bulletins.
Right. Also, guys, let's kick this off because we've got. We're 20 minutes to the end, but we can always go over. Right. We've done we're almost finished with our defensive back five. We've got the goalkeeper. We've got the left back. We've got the right back. We've got the first centre back with Steve Terry. Right. Your second centre back for our team to complete our defensive back five. It can either be your favourite or your greatest of all time. But let's get them in. Someone's just said Pat Rice was a legend at Watford, so we'll take that as a vote. Yep. I'm going to say, because my two were between Simo and McClelland. Because I went to Holdsworth for the first one, but I'm going McClelland for the second one.
Yeah, I totally agree with that one. I'm going to throw in the one and only Stevie Palmer.
It's a good shout.
Like I say, it was when I was first going to Watford. He was there. It was him and Page at the back. and for me, he was just sound as anything. So
Stuart said Ian Bolton. Stuart Higgins said Ian Bolton.
Ian
That's
Bolton,
another
that's
good
another
shout.
good one. So so we've got 3 already.
Yeah.
Suren, are you going to chuck a 4th one in, or
My team would be going back Steve Cherry and McLennan. And McLennan, the best thing about McLennan was, I mean, he would literally give the strikers a head start, and he'll catch up with them, and he'll win the ball cleanly.
He's one of those that would put me with fear just watching him. If you played against him, he was tough as the old Boots was.
Exactly.
You would not get past. Thou shall not pass sort of attitude. Like with your second team Arsenal, that back 4. Thou shall not pass.
Yeah.
I'm not fortunate to have met at least a couple of them, and it's just one of those. It's just you go up against. Oh God, not him.
Yeah.
McLennan was one of them, and Simo was as well.
Yeah.
He was very much like the 90s version of Simo, but slightly less good because he was near the end of his career. It was Colin Foster.
Yeah.
Fozzie
was
as
another
well.
battle,
Foster's another big lanky bloke. You wouldn't want to go up against him because he was just so big. There's another one. Colin Foster's another one. People
Colin
mind.
Foster. So right, there we go. You've heard our ones. Now chuck your ones in as well, guys, and hopefully we will have a decision by the end of the podcast. If not, we'll do what we done last week, and we'll have to throw it out on.
Can I say Ungongi, my lord? Ungongi. He's actually joined.
He's actually got good evening to yourself, the former Hornet Michelle Ungongi.
Pleasure talking to you today as well, mate. Thank you.
Fantastic. We've got a living legend on.
Guys, also, because he's messaged me with this as well, see if you can post up the awareness of prostate cancer as well, because he's messaged me as well. And Michelle, I will actually post that up today. I did promise. But guys, if you can post up on your Facebook profiles and stuff, prostate cancer, get more people aware. You get yourself checked out, guys. I know it's not a cheap plug. It's quite serious. Get yourself checked. Because a lot of guys watching this, obviously a lot of girls, but a lot of guys watching this. Get yourself checked out, guys. And this is coming from a nurse, so you heard it first.
Matron.
Oh, matron. Not that again. I've got him.
Apologise, technical hitch. Right, moving on. Watford ladies. We're going to just cover the ladies.
Yep.
Ladies had a game today. It was it a friendly or was it a league?
It was a friendly.
It was a friendly.
Birmingham,
friendly against Birmingham. It was down at Kings Langley Football Club today. Unfortunately, they suffered a 5-0 defeat. But it's only a friendly, so it doesn't do nothing to their league position. And Birmingham are actually in the top tier of the women's
Cup finalists, weren't they, last season? I think.
Yes, I think they were. Yeah, so they were pretty. They are a pretty decent outfit.
We're in a very new up and coming team in terms of our new signings and new manager and stuff like that. Exactly. So it's a decent test, especially before Tottenham next week.
Exactly. Yes, next Sunday, guys. Back at Kings Langley Football Club. Yeah. Watford ladies versus Tottenham ladies. 3:00 kickoff. And if you take your season ticket holders, you get in for half price. If you take your card down and show it on the gate. And I think it's like £6 for adults, £3 for kids.
Yes. £1 for under 18.
So. £1 for under 18. Yeah. So there you go. Cheap afternoon out. What more can you ask for? Just go and watch the Golden Boys on Saturday afternoon as well. Don't forget about that.
So
please do that as well.
And after you come back, you can report on it and come and see us on the podcast. So what can say?
Exactly. Exactly. We'll have a new budget next week as well.
Budget.
So I was going to say, do you want to do plugs or?
You can. I can do them.
No, I was going to say, do you want to?
Yeah, of course, mate. Yeah. Well, we all know. We've said it before. Richard Lee, obviously ex-Watford keeper, ex-Watford legend, Richard Lee. He's doing his own goalkeeper tester sessions. Just go to gkicon.com, click on there. Just scroll down to the bottom. You can register your kids for their free tester sessions. Excellent course, so far as I've been told by many people. So get the tester sessions on there. See what you think. You might want to take it up. And like I say, I've heard people say it's an absolutely brilliant course and gets inspiring kids. Get a long line of goalkeepers, shall we say?
Exactly.
We've always had a great line, and let's get Richard Lee to get us some goalkeepers there. So
a few more.
Click on gkicon.com. and registered for a free tester session. And remember, Paul Muzzy with his podcasts and his vlogs. Type Paul Muzzy in Facebook. He's got Facebook and also YouTube as well. We're very greatly appreciated, associated with the man. Fantastic vlogs and podcasts, check him out. And also the Retro Rewind that was on today. I know he always does a cheeky plug for us as well.
Yeah,
Mr. G, Retro Rewind. It's on suggested pages or suggested forums on the TMA forum, so check that out. 5 o'clock every Sunday, football chat and banging tunes. I know it was the 80s mix today, so it's always well received.
I was going to say, was it 3 hours of 80s, or did he?
I think it's probably 3 hours of 80s.
Yeah.
You know, ripping it up until 8 o'clock, and then you just jump on the phone to us. You know, what can you say?
Exactly. What more could you ask for? I'm going to do one little plug now. I will update this plug during the week because I'm still waiting for some more information. As you all know, next Saturday we are at home to Stoke City. Next weekend, it's the start of Poppy Appeal for the Royal British Legion. They are going to be doing a collection before the game outside the ground. Now, the last time I heard, because my mum is heavily involved with the Poppy Appeal, the people at there's going to be a collection at Watford, but they're going to possibly need a few helpers. Now, if you can, I will, like I say, I will get some more info, but it was looking between maybe 4 to 5 people. I know you said you were up for it.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely doing it. I think Dino's doing it as well. The free kick man.
Yeah, the free kick man. I unfortunately got no choice. I've got to do it. Otherwise, I'm getting a slap on the wrist in a big way. But if you're interested, you know, I will post some detail. I will post some more details, confirming details. But basically, if you haven't got a ticket for next week, and you come and do a bit of collecting, you get a free ticket into the game. I do promise that, because I have been told that as well. You'll also get to wear a T-shirt saying "Live On" with the Poppy Appeal on it, and you'd need to be at the ground for 1:30 outside, just near the ticket office. There's 2 double doors. You just need to go there. But once I get definite info, because my mum was trying to get hold of the person tonight, which is why I've been keeping a close eye on my mobile phone down below me. I will post, hopefully maybe tomorrow or Tuesday, and if you can do it, it would be a massive, massive help, because every single penny from that Poppy Appeal goes to help all servicemen and women, whether they're young or old. So from like World War II, the Falklands, Kosovo, Afghanistan, Iraq, you know, it just all goes to help. It goes towards helping them and helping them rebuild their lives. So, like I say, I will post definite stuff, but if you can just spare, you know, a couple of hours just before kick-off, just come and help collect, it would be fantastic. So, and you get to see me as well. I might be getting my lawyer involved in that one, so be careful. So,
put it this way, we've managed to hold on to about at least 15 to 17 viewers purely on Suren's appearance. So the budget was stretched, so it was well worth it. You pay your money, you make your choice. Don't you?
Exactly,
so, exactly. But also go to Hornets Heaven. Season 5, episode 1 is now out now. Go to www.hornetheaven.com. So season 5, episode 1 is on there. I know Hornet Heaven guys are always posting on our forum, so we always say we give them a quick plug. So remember, go to hornetheaven.com. Check that out. It's brilliant. I've already listened to a couple of them.
I've said I have 1 or 2, and they are
season 4 I started on, so I've got to catch up. A bit like The Walking Dead, you've got to catch up.
I was going to say, you've got to catch up quickly, otherwise you're still miles off the pace.
That's it.
So but it's going on in the comments section. We're getting in more for the centre backs, or
we've got what have we got?
What's the scores on
John
the doors?
McClellan. Oh, looks like John McClellan everywhere.
That's
Looks
said he's every bloody way of swearing.
We had Ramon Vega.
Put Ramon Vega.
We are going to name and shame these
Yes,
rivals.
name and shame.
Get me hands on them.
But then we did have Glenn Roeder.
Oh, good call.
I did say that lot on Sunday.
You did call that. You did call that one.
They want Stevie Palmer.
He smokes marijuana.
Yeah, smokes marijuana.
Yeah. I remember that when he was wearing the keeper's top.
I
love that. And he just went, and it was about to take kick off, and then
I was going to say, because the ref was doing the count up, and he went.
No, I was in the Welsh at the time.
Yeah, I was in
Taylor, but I said, kick it out. I'm going.
I think that's what they were planning on.
Kick the bloody ball off.
They were going to quickly kick it out, and then the ref was going to stop the game that day and let them quickly swap over.
I've actually got me 2 passes over there hanging up. We won a competition for Reading, the Reading game when Dicey's tenure, and we lost at home to Reading, and we had executive boxed seats, or the seats outside, right with Taylor and you see John Medeski and everything. Half time we went to the bar, and I'm standing there. Coton comes walking in, and so does Palmer. And I'm like, going over there, and I'm like this little fanboy. I'm not like screaming nothing, but I was like, Steve, like that. And he was like, all right, mate, lovely, obviously he's a lovely bloke anyway. I said, Dad, Steve Palmer. Where? Steve Palmer. And I said, go and say hello to him. He goes, well, I don't want to say hello to him. He's going to kill me now. Damn it, Steve Palmer. Not Tony Coton, because I already said it's like Steve Palmer.
Just like to say sorry to Paul's dad for any humiliation.
Yeah, because we were both fanboys. I sort of made it a bit more obvious that we're a fanboy.
You give him a slap on the wrist in the morning.
Oh, he's picking me up from work at 5:30, so I'm going to get it on tomorrow.
You're going to get it in the neck.
Go on, any more, mate? Any more comments?
Oh, just talking about Stevie Palmer and what numbers he wore and
wore every single number in his tenure. That includes the substitutes bench as well, I think.
Did actually. You could actually put Steve Palmer for every single position for our team.
I think that's what they
could have 11 Stevie Palmers.
Yeah. I could put him out front. I might put Steve Palmer up front. No, I'm not actually. Let's go.
For that comment alone, people, the pillow has appeared tonight.
But it's disappearing because he's such a legend.
Yes.
So but it's interesting. There's no one put Prodel. I haven't seen Prodel on there.
Interesting.
He's a legend in the making.
Yeah, he's a legend.
I don't think he's near McLennan yet, but in terms of ability, he's definitely a brilliant player.
I want to see him score some headers.
Oh, God, yeah.
I mean,
I think
now that we've got Holebas who can put a cross in, I mean, it's just, he should be steaming in there like Steve Cherry and then just get it. I mean, or even a corner and then a flick on and then bang in.
Yeah, I think when he gets back playing, I think we might start seeing a bit more of that. The set piece work seems to be working pretty well at the minute. So
the deliveries have been class, haven't they?
Oh, they have. It was. I've got to be honest. There was 1 or 2 free kicks yesterday from Holebas. I was a little bit. A bit iffy in the first half, but after a while he started getting a bit more height and
sometimes
speed on it.
Playing the first few are a bit messy, and then you start off get the feel for the ball, and then
exactly
the pitch and everything. But I mean, like look back to was it the West Brom when he just put the cross in? I mean, he's
perfect, wasn't it? Right on the button, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I mean, he's there.
Brilliant. Right, I was going to say, there is one thing I do want to say. As you probably did hear, Mr. Lloyd Doyley signed for Hemel Town. I can confirm that Mr. Doyley made his debut yesterday for the Tudors, played in a back three. Like
we say it don't work.
Yeah, like we say it don't work. And I can safely say Hemel actually won by 2-0.
So that's proof it does work then.
Yeah, and apparently Oxford City. I didn't go, but apparently Oxford City missed a penalty in during the game as well.
What did you say the score was?
2-0.
2-0 was it?
2-0.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheringham got one, and I don't know who got the other. But it wasn't Doyley, because I think there'd have been a pitch invasion.
Well, he was at the under-23 game on Monday.
Yeah.
He was up there for a little, but then he left.
Probably had a phone call from Hemel Town. But you ain't forgotten about training, have you? Oh, I'll be there in 5 minutes.
You realised you saw Suren and you went, oh, God, if only I've got a photo.
Yeah.
He walked past me and I was like, no, okay, I think we were looking at the movie.
I'd love to say, you're Lloyd Doyley. Yeah, but you're Suren. Who's more and all?
Oh, brilliant.
I didn't want to disturb him.
He is actually, out of all the players, I think he's one of the more approachable ones, because I don't think he minds it. He's a local lad. So
I think if they know you're not hassling them all the time, going, oh my God, like that. Yeah. Well, I almost did in that bar thing. But, if you're not going over the top, they will come over to you. And they know if you're at the game, a few of you just go, all right, mate. As long as you do that.
I think the only one that I thought was a bit off was Lloyd Dwyer.
Oh, Lloyd Dwyer, yeah.
Yeah, he just couldn't be bothered.
No.
I was like, wow.
On and off the pitch.
This was after, just after the game, at the down the Rookery. When they just leave, and it was like we were a nuisance to him. Whereas Deeney's the complete opposite.
I was going to say,
it,
he'd stay there for about 2 or 3 hours if he had the chance. But I think he'd get a phone call off his wife. You coming home tonight?
Like I said, with that post-match Arsenal interview, he just sounds like just not. Well, they are really, but some of them just think it's a hindrance. But they're just normal blokes anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. That's actually one thing I wanted to ask you guys about. I watched some clips yesterday, and Mr. Paul Merson, the one who keeps predicting us to lose. So what's the score, Merson? Was on the Premier League show thing on Sky, and they touched on Arsenal and they touched on Deeney, and Paul Merson has slated Deeney for what he said.
Because he's a
gooner. He goes, he needs to keep his mouth shut. He needs to get on with playing football. And I was thinking, no, he's entitled to say what he wants, mate, like you are. You know, you're paid to do it, he's paid to do it.
How is that man still pundit at Sky Sports?
He's offered them something.
God, he even makes me drink.
Yeah.
That bloke sometimes with his comments.
Well, him and even Phil Thompson as well, you know, he was saying, I was watching the bits where he was saying that, you know, Silva, why is he coming to us?
Exactly.
You know? And I'm like...
Yeah, time to prove you wrong, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that at the start of the season when he he's inept, he doesn't know what he's doing in the Premier League. That's worked out.
Yes, exactly.
Well, everyone's got an opinion, but when he's deluded, especially deluded flattery from an little copite, you know, it just says it all, doesn't it? But he's a gooner. Merson's a gooner, and he always will be. And he's not. He has slagged Wenger off the past, but he's going to go against Watford, especially when it's Watford. He's going to think it's like the Wilshere Wenger comments. They're not going to say Deeney's right, are they?
No, exactly.
They're always going to defend.
But how many pundits actually like Watford, though? That's my question.
I think one or two. I think there's a few at the BBC that like us.
I've heard Adam Leventhal is a bit partial on the Watford.
I think Adam Leventhal is a bit. He's a very big Watford fan. I think.
You're joking.
No.
Yes. I didn't know that, mate. No. I really didn't. I thought he might be slightly biased towards the Hornets, I reckon. But apart from that, I just don't think.
Hence the reason why he's sent down there on deadline day to get the ins and outs.
I think he's the only one they ever speak to anyway. Yeah. He's the only one who give a balanced view anyway. And he's a Hornet anyway. So, someone's actually said the Jay Demerit shout from Suggsy is good. Colin Foster from Mark Bruce Monday was class for a short spell. That season, like I say, there's the Ramage quotes coming up here. Yeah, but that's
57 minutes.
That season with Planey was the same. Ramage and Fozzie. That 94-95 season. That's when people remember Fozzie for, because of that season. And to the tail end of the season before, he was class.
Yeah.
Near the end of his career, it was just the following season. He was just injuries took his toll. He was never going to be back. No. But that was where people were going to base their Colin Foster shout on that 94-95, end of 93-94 when he signed. So it's a good shout by Fozzie, but I think the longevity is still McLennan for me.
Yeah, I think so. I think McLennan is going to win this one, but stranger things have happened.
Well, we had a row. I'll tell you what was gutted at, and I know. Pricey actually goes on this podcast, but no one put Pricey down. And I actually messaged him and apologised for that, because I said to him, I may put between you and I think, who did I put? But I put Wilf Rostrom was another one. I think I may put Rostrom. It was between him and Rostrom. Yeah. I said it was a really tough decision, and he says, "Don't worry, mate, I'll let you off."
It's nice to know he's letting us off. Thank you, Pricey. Thank you,
Pricey was going to be a very close. He's very close second for that, and I was ashamed that no one put him down, or I think probably one or two, if that.
Yeah.
But everyone that FA Cup, just purely on his FA Cup final appearance, I'll put him down for that.
But it'd be nice to actually hear from some of the younger fans, because they won't really know.
Exactly.
Because there's some players that played and they weren't even born. So it's
exactly.
a tough one there, you know.
It is a tough one. It is a very tough one. That's why we want you to comment with your suggestions, guys. Keep coming in. More times have I got to say it.
Damn you people. I'm throwing mid-90s players in here and I'm getting slaughtered, so I'm doing my best, you know. It's not all pose. It's not all the poser era stuff.
Exactly.
I'm trying to refrain from that and stuff, but you know.
I was going to say, we are trying to go back in time a little bit. Not like Doctor Who, but...
Who?
Who?
But, you know, we are trying... Stuart Higgins says used to drink with Merson every Thursday in the old Game Bird when he played for Arsenal. Arse then and still an arse. He's actually a Chelsea fan. Suggsy said, okay, fair enough. But he's going to obviously stand by the Gooners, Suggsy, I reckon. Merson did the to say that we would done the same. Yeah, fair enough. I really don't care about Merson. Sanjay, to be honest, you're right though.
Well, he did backtrack, but I mean that was at least man of him to do that, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. He did it at Bournemouth, didn't he? He said, I can't get it wrong, they won't sing. It's like, okay, you're just like the weatherman, you know.
Yeah,
You've got the midday reports just to go make up for the cock-ups of the morning.
Exactly.
A bit like that, to make it up for his cock-up when he said, we'll go down.
But maybe after the Chelsea game, especially with all, I go back and this, but the 20 passes or so we put together and, you know, really at times outplaying Chelsea, maybe the pundits will wake up now and realise that.
I think
we're not just little old Watford. I mean, we're playing well, and the team spirit's there. That's what's cool.
Exactly. You know, it's like we said from like the word go this year that, you know, and you've just touched on it. Our passing's been sharper. It's been crisper. It's been more precise. You know, the balls on the pitch, they're getting pinged off everywhere. Well, apart from one yesterday, I know Britos was responsible for it, trying that ridiculous pass that ultimately led to their fourth goal. But apart from that, you know, we are playing some very attractive football, getting the ball on the deck, knocking it around, you know, and they're all, you know, they're not afraid to run at players now.
We're brave, aren't we? We're being more positive, but you have to be brave to be positive a lot of the time as well. You have to have that confidence to take that extra touch to, you know, instead of trying to lay it off and give someone else this responsibility, you can have the confidence to see that gap and push into that gap and make space for yourself. It all comes with confidence and bravery, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I think also just going back to what I can't remember who said it about Holebas.
Yeah,
Holebas has certainly matured this year, and he's got his anger levels down about 4 notches at the moment. I'm hoping it stays that way. By the way, I don't want to see him getting another red card. But you know, his body language now is more positive, and he's smiling,
he's enjoying
which is a rarity to see from Holebas. But yeah, I think there is a lot more, and I think the pundits are going to have to start turning soon. I think Charlie Nicholas likes us.
Yeah, I think
Charlie Nicholas does big us up quite a bit, actually. So
he's given us the credit we deserve, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Remember the Cloughie quote? When was it? Was it after the 1-0 when the semi-final of this is only because I've watched Believe in Miracles, but remember the European Cup semi-final in '79? He goes, we try and play football, we try and entertain. You and your profession will value us as a good side or something towards those lines. That's a similar sort of thing. We're trying to play good football, we're trying to entertain now, and the profession will start viewing us as a good side. It's the same sort of thing, isn't it? Like Cloughie said about Forest, similar to us, obviously in a smaller scale, you know, that people will start looking up to us, and they are starting, like say with Charlie Nicholas, they are starting to give us a bit more respect, and we're not so little Watford anymore. Like Conte said, people are taking us seriously now.
Yeah.
And things like Stoke will come to us. I know we talked about Mill on Thursday, but Stoke will come to us and look for a point. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, they're already planning to park the bus no matter what.
They will park the bus.
And
teams will, and I think even better teams might try, unless you're Man City and teams like that will just come and try and steamroll you. Teams will come and park the bus now because they know how well we play. And in a way, that's a compliment to us.
Yeah.
Because teams won't come at us much. They will try and just say, right, 11 men, 12 men, if it depends if we've got Moss refereeing.
Yeah.
But 11 men behind the ball.
Yeah, and I think this is where Silva will be earning his money as well, because it'll be, you know, I've got to think of the plan B, I've got to have the plan C ready. You know, just in case we get frustrated, then it doesn't start working, then I've got to quickly switch it round and try and get us moving again.
Well, I think, though, with Moss, though, he should have just had a few words with our players. You know, just give them a bit of warning, say, lads, look, just calm it down, and that's all we need.
I was going to say...
He just brandished out the yellows just like that. I was like, whoa. Because then I'm worried we're going to get players sent off, and then it's game over.
Yeah, you know? Well, even one of the... I know... it's a Chelsea player, but one of the Chelsea players who got booked, they're one of their centre-backs, even he turned around to him and said, my first foul, what have I done to deserve that? And you could see it on the TV, he was talking to him saying, what have I done? I've only made the tackle. All right, it's a foul. There's no need to book you for it.
A warning, just
Yeah.
come on, just.
Yeah, calm it down.
Well,
Exactly.
I'll tell you what, the one decent bit of reffing, probably one of the only decent bits of reffing yesterday was Richarlison, where even though he got the foul, the ref came in to him, got Dini over and said, look, he's got to calm down because he was going over, even though he was getting fouled, he was going over a bit too theoretically a couple of times. And the ref brought him over. You could tell he was going, just calm, tell him to calm down. They are fouls, but come on.
Exactly.
That's the only bit of decent reffing I saw from him yesterday. But
I think Richarlison did that more in the Arsenal game. He fell over a lot more.
Yeah.
And that was like, sometimes it gets embarrassing because then it's you cry wolf. I mean, look.
Yeah.
But what I really want to see him do is instead of going round the wings, go in the middle. Go in the middle and then get in the box. And then you either shoot or you get tripped.
Or mix it up. Yeah. So then they don't know what you're doing, do they?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but well, like I said, we've got two games. Next two games, Stoke and Everton. Everton are rocking badly. Do we think Koeman's going to be there by the time we get to him, or
not now? I really do hope he is.
Yeah,
but apparently, what the people are saying, they're lining up. I hope that. Well, I don't think they will, but they're lining up David Moyes for a return temporarily.
Wait a minute, isn't he still at? No, he's not at Sunderland still. He's
No,
on
he's
the
not.
job. He's
No, they got rid of him
minute.
very quickly.
Yeah.
And a lot of the thing, I'm sorry, a lot of that was because they didn't give him the budget, even though he did. They were crap. They didn't give him the budget. And any team who's been struggling for years don't give you a decent budget, are always going to get relegated anyway.
Exactly.
To be fair on the guy, I hope he's not, because what he'll do is he'll play him hard to beat. Yeah. And I think they will at home. They will go for it a bit more than Stoke will, obviously away. But I'm confident minimum 4 points. I really want to say 6 points. I just think because of the evidence of Stoke, Stoke, they did it last season. Okay, they got the foul goal, and even Charlie Adams said it was a foul. But they will play for it. Was a foul, but I don't think Barami would have got that anyway, personally. But there you go. But that's why I'm saying 4, because I think Stoke are going to try and squeeze the life out. Let's get a draw. But I think that is a bigger test of Silva's credibilities, getting us to break down a team at 0-0 rather than coming back from a 1-0 at home. Because most teams can come back from 1-0. Can you come back against a team that's going to park the bus? And a lot of teams are going to do it. That's really going to test us. Yeah. That's why I'm putting 4 points down. Otherwise, definite 6 points, I think. Exactly. The way, if we carry on playing like we did Chelsea, but cut out a few couple of things.
It'd be nice for us to get the first goal as well.
Yeah, that'd be nice to see if we can score first next week. That would be
something different, right?
Yeah,
it's giving people head starts just out of sympathy, don't
I was going to say we seem to be doing that.
1-0 and you know.
Exactly. So we will. Yes, we hope. I was going to say you and Dino will touch on the Stoke game a lot more on Thursday. So.
I think it should be 1-0 and you still won't win 1-0.
Yeah.
Well, remember my child when it goes, was it 2-0 and Fellaini's on when we were at United last season? People were pissed themselves off because that's all 2-0 Fellaini's on, and then it all started. I said, brilliant lads, right, we're going to win 3-2 now. That's 3-2 win.
Oh, fantastic!
Especially enough for us to lose, so I was disappointed. But,
exactly. Kicking the nuts, but hey ho.
Kahunis,
yes, Kahunis now is the in word. That'll be in the dictionary. Yes, promising.
Promising, mate. I think we're going for McClelland. I think.
Yeah, I think there's.
Not personally, I just think more McClelland than anyone else.
Yeah, well, I think McClelland's been widely suggested, so it looks like McClelland is going to be the final piece in the back line. So
what we're going to do midfield, we'll vote for what first part of midfield. We're doing 4-4-2 for this team.
Right.
We like tradition here.
Yes, we do like
hence
tradition.
What our back five is. But there you go.
Yes, traditionalist.
What's going to be the first midfield position for Thursday?
We'll
do a vote as a 3.
We're doing the middle or we're doing the wing?
Whatever one you want. What do you reckon? You vote.
Well,
if I'm going, if it's going to be right wing.
So you want right wing?
I would go with Cali.
Okay. What do you want? Right wing, left? Any of the mid centres?
I reckon let's start with right mid.
Okay, we've got two things. I'm not going to argue then. We'll start with right mid then.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we'll go right mid. I think.
thing is, I really don't want to go 80s on a lot of these things.
That's the thing. That's where I want fresh blood, because I mean, I'm gonna go with our like traditional one to it. That's just the way I
see. My era, even though I was brought up as a kid in the 80s, most of my era was the early to mid 90s.
Exactly.
So that's when most of my players, like Baisleys and the Porters and the Gibbses and stuff like that, were there.
That's the next bit.
But I still go back to the 80s. But I'll tell you what, though, we might have, and I will say this as well, just a quick plug for the WD18 boys, because they may be making an appearance very shortly here.
Hey!
Maybe. I am in dialogue. It's not... Thank you, Jacobs, Ricky Holden. I'll just shout that out. But we will get some of the WD18 boys on, and they're the younger lot. So we should get
throw that one up.
But it will. I think a lot of kids have been brought up by the dads and the granddads on the 80s as well. I think. Yeah. I think they know that this wonderful era where, and it was, you know.
But then there's players like, say, Peter Kennedy, Richard Johnson, you know, that are like in between. And then they're there. Then you've got Andy Hessenthaler. You've got, you know, that. Well, we're going further back. But then, like, I never got to see Pat Jennings. I never got to see was it Stuart Scully?
Scully.
So I hear these names, and I'm like, even going back to world class. I mean, I never saw Pele. So Gordon Banks, I saw at the save. I mean, I didn't see it.
Just look at this. You saw Lordinho.
Yeah.
It makes up for it.
It really does make up for it.
But the thing is, though, it's like I never saw Cliff Holton.
Yeah.
My dad did.
Yeah,
I'm gutted. My dad saw Cliff Holton. He sneaked into the bloody North Stand in the little gaps when he was a kid with my uncle. He saw Cliff Holton, you know, Scullion and players like that. And you think Mike Walker.
Yeah.
Pat Jennings. He saw Pat Jennings. And it's like...
And I mean, it's like when we grew up, we were in the terraces. Vicarage Road End, you know, it was a scoreboard, you know, all these old things that were there. Even at Chelsea, I literally went down to the steward and asked them, look, can I go and stand at the back of the second half? And he goes, if it's okay, just do it. We'll let
if you sit where you want, though.
I stand where I want.
Yeah, he stands where I want.
Sits where he wants, he stands where he wants.
Well,
that's how we do it.
I asked nicely.
Yeah, exactly.
Please, he said please.
He said please. We'll keep it in.
I'll come to Goodison and then he'll be standing behind us. Hang on, man, you're supposed to have a seat back there. I stand where I want.
Well, normally I like to go and see this fans like Deb Toms and them, and then go with it, you know. And then I was in awe, because I was like, we're in one of the lower shed, and then there was the upper shed, and you couldn't really see. So I stood with the steward to look up, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see Mike Bell right there. I mean, he couldn't, but I could see him standing up there and all that. And it was just, I mean, that's why I wanted to literally go on the pitch to see everyone, to see how great it was, because you're in the lower, you can't see up there.
Exactly, you can't see up there.
I wasn't sure where I should go, so I was like, I did the lower, but it was good.
Brilliant. Right.
Well, we're wrapping it up.
I think so.
Right.
I think so.
Before Moobs does his piece, and I'd like to say, Suren, thank you ever so much. It's been an honour having you on.
Absolute pleasure having you on, sir.
Guys, just click on YouTube. We're on Twitter as well. Just type in Tailor-Made Army TV. We've got all these podcasts. We'll have vlogs. We'll have audio interviews and podcasts and everything. Just click subscribe and add us. Leave comments in the comments section. We always get them very quickly. We'll answer them as quick as we can, like we do on the forum. And like I say, bottom of my heart, thank you ever so much, making it so enjoyable. As every week we say this, but we have to say a big thank you.
We have to indeed. It is all down to you guys. You make what it is. And I love doing it. He loves doing it. And someone who can't defend the free kick will over there.
He will be presenting on Thursday.
Yeah,
so
he will be here Thursday. So.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for inviting me.
My pleasure.
Sir, you're absolutely welcome, sir. You are a legend in the Watford ranks. So it's an absolute honour to have you here.
We've got to raise some more money now for the budget for Thursday now. We've got a microphone, a new guest, everything.
I'm actually really shy, so I don't like to be on there. I'd rather be on the keyboard, but I was glad that.
You're a warrior behind the keyboard as well as here, mate.
Exactly.
Well, when I'm watching the games in America, I've literally got 3 phones on, and I've got an iPad, and I've got the TV. So you've
got business pleasure match.
Well, no, literally the games. I literally have. I mean, Sanjay will know I've got an S3, I've got an S6 and an S8, and then I've got the iPad. And then
4 5,
because I mean, I gotta update. That's why it's hard, because during the game I'm like, well, should I update? And then I was literally updating some of the charts. when they said, you know, Mourinho's right, his fans are shite. It was just funny.
Like I said, we sang that at United.
You know,
it's brilliant as well.
It was just so funny. So I thought, you know, because I know if it would pick up on TV, so I was like, all right, well, you guys will know.
Exactly. So,
and also, we're looking at doing possibly at half-time, when we're not at the games, which is most of them at the moment, shall I just say, we're looking at doing a half-time roundup, me and the free kick man, the young man Dino, possibly do one, may not for Stoke, because obviously with this Poppy thing, we may be joining forces with the Moobs with the Poppy thing, but if we're not there, we will do a half-time wrap-up thing as well. So watch this space. If you've got any comments about what we can do at half-time for that, it'll only be like a 10-minute live broadcast thing. Won't do any full-time because that'll be saved up for Sunday. So see what you think, mate. So that's it for me.
Right, so like I say, guys, like I said earlier about the Poppy thing, once I get the full information of how many people might be needed, I will post it up. If anyone can help, it will be fantastic. And like I say, if you haven't got a ticket for next Saturday and you do this collective thing, you will be given a free ticket into the game as a thank you from the Poppy Appeal. So it is worth doing. But once I get more info, the definite info, I will get it posted up. So, but it leads me on to something. And it leads me on to something that, in the words of Captain Manaman, now men, listen up. And ladies as well. Right. This is growing by the week, and I love it. This is, you know, to have all you guys joining us is fantastic. But still want more of you. So remember, go and tell your friends, go and tell your family, and I'll say it again, go and even get the milkman if you have to at 6 o'clock in the morning. You know, whoever. Tell them about this. Tell them about the Facebook page. Tell them to get over to it, to sign up, to join up, and to tune in for the podcast. Because, like I say, like we say every week, you guys help make it what it is, and I love it. And even tell the delivery man if he's coming with a parcel tomorrow. Tell him as well, and tell him to tell his mates, and get him to tell them. You know, keep it going. You know. I don't think I can put it better than that.
Yeah. Well, it's good night for them.
It's definitely good night, and above all, it's good night for me. Cheers, boys and girls. See you soon.
See ya.